Hey, how's it going? In some way, shape, or form, music is a part of your life. Whether it's you're going to a concert, you're listening to elevator music, you know exactly what kind of music I'm talking about. Or you're in the car listening to the radio, have your headphones on at the gym listening to music. Music is everywhere. And everyone has their own favorite type of music. Obviously, we have country, we have rock, hip hop, R&B. There's just so much different music in the world, so many talented creators. There is everything for anybody. And a lot of times, a lot of people either go to one genre or one specific artist and just keep listening to that over and over again. Or you could be someone like me who listens to almost every single type of music that is out there. And then obviously there's the favorite ones like Taylor Swift is really popular right now, you know, Drake, Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, like there's so many different creators out there. A lot of them do stand out in their own individuality, but you know, there is so much music out there in the world. And wouldn't it be crazy to meet one of your favorite creators? Well, I had the opportunity to do that 2 years ago. Now you might be thinking, well, who is it? How do you know? And how the hell did this happen? Well, that is what you're gonna find out in today's video. So what is going on, everybody? Ben McDonnell here, back with another video. And today I'm gonna be telling you guys about the time that I met and interviewed my favorite band in the world. So to start off, my favorite band, who I have been following for years, is named Switchfoot. It's funny because for the longest time I didn't know, but they actually started here in San Diego, and I didn't know until like a few years later after finally like learning about this. Because you know, after a while you listen to somebody's music, you want to get more invested into like who the people are, who's actually making the music, and turns out they're just Southern California folks like myself. Switchfoot is classified as rock, Christian rock. Now actually it is a very interesting story how I first came to be with Switchfoot, as the first time that I actually recognized and heard their music was actually from NASCAR, the game Inside Line. It was their song Afterlife. It was so good. I kept listening to it hours and hours, especially playing the game for hours and hours. And I just got hooked on it, looked them up on Spotify, listened to that song over and over again, and just started listening to more of their music and just instantly fell in love with it. They go on a lot of tours inside and outside of the United States. They do a lot of shows, and it is honestly really surreal to hear that in person. But what was even more surreal is what happened to even get this interview. So we have to date back to 2 years ago, and I honestly can't believe it's already been 2 years since this happened. But I am a senior in high school. I am just about to graduate. I'm in my broadcast class, and all of a sudden my teacher brings up a band that is coming to perform at our school. You know, a lot of times people disregard it if it's not really that big of a name, but you know, I had to ask the question, who was playing it? And when she first said the glorious words of Switchfoot, my eyes lit up. And you know, being in a broadcast class, you kind of have to film everything that is happening. So I was like, try to get first dibs and be able to interview them. And thankfully I got the job, and I was so excited. I had about 2 weeks to prepare. I had to have some questions lined up, and I was so excited. So the main reason why they came to our school in general was for a program to spread awareness for music departments in high schools, especially in Southern California, to help fund performing arts and to grow music as a whole. Especially being a band, they obviously want other people to inspire to be bands and to try to have that as open as possible, and the best way to do that is at a high school. So I had to line up at least 6 to 8 questions for this, was able to get them all down. I was super excited up until the day, and the day finally came and it was amazing. So at this time I didn't really go to school early like normally when a lot of people do, just because that's how my schedule was. So I'm walking to school, all of a sudden I see to my left the band, and I was just like, oh my god, they're just right here. Like what chances are they're gonna be right here at our school right next to me? Like that didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it was real. So it's like I walk into school, I get to my broadcast class to get my recording equipment and such, and then I went to go into the theater to help see if I can help set up anything, and then also set up my recording equipment as well. Because you know, with high school you kind of have to do everything, especially if you're going to be recording something. Kind of like what I do now is you have to be able to record everything, have all the questions, make sure your equipment is okay. You're not really getting too much help. You might get help from another student or something like that. But for me, I wanted this to be my own project. So now it's finally time. All the students are showing up. They're getting into their seats. I got my recording equipment and they start performing. They start performing about 4 or 5 songs or so. I can't remember exactly. They obviously started off with Live It Well, which is their most popular song by far. But yeah, they play all their songs. You know, they're spreading the awareness. They have a bit of a Q&A after the show for all the students that want to ask questions. And then everyone leaves in the auditorium, and that is my cue. So I make my way up to the front. I meet one of their managers, say hi, greet them, just to let them know what I'm here for and to make sure that I have approval. And it actually turns out I'm going to be dual interviewing with CBS, which is a local news station here. So that was pretty exciting, getting a glimpse into that kind of world. You know, maybe I could pursue that in the future, who knows, after college. So the lady with CBS does her little interview, goes by pretty quickly, and then it's my time to shine. So I was able to interview them. They were really nice. I was so fortunate to be able to do this. I still have the footage of it. That was probably something that I have kept on the longest and am the most proud of. Although I wish I did have other camera angles. That's just the OCD in me and just trying to improve upon filming. But I have kept on to that footage for such a long time. Sadly, I don't actually have the reel that I sent in, but I still have all the raw footage from the interview, and that is what you guys are gonna see today.
We are here at Madison High School celebrating the fact that this school has a music program, and we have an event called the Bro-Am, and the Bro-Am has partnered with Save the Music Foundation for years now, and we are trying to make sure that the next generation of San Diego kids has music as a part of their education. That's right. Yeah, so every year for the last 19 years we've done the Bro-Am Festival. Surfing and rock and roll, the beach in our hometown, Moonlight Beach, and we've raised millions of dollars for homeless and at-risk youth here in San Diego, and bigger than Grammys or any of the awards, I'm most proud of the Bro-Am. We're gearing up for a fall tour to celebrate a record that came out 20 years ago. It's called The Beautiful Letdown. And yeah, so we got to learn a bunch of songs that we might or might not know.
I thought this was the first date of the tour.
Pretty much. Starting right here. Yeah, basically, music and surfing kept us out of trouble when we were kids. And we love our community. And we're trying to we were on a flight back from Australia 20 years ago. And we were thinking, how can we repay the gift that San Diego has given to us? And that's where this event came from. The Beautiful Letdown represents, for me, an album that the label said was not any good, and we believed in it, and we fought for it, and you know, people around the world started singing along, and it represents, to me, the idea that anything's possible. You know, 4 kids from San Diego can make a record that takes them around the world.
But yeah, it was such a crazy thing that happens, especially for my senior year. You know, I'm not really expecting much, especially at the end of the year. And all of a sudden, I get to meet my favorite band and interview them. So I would say the year is a success. I would also like to say thank you to my video production and broadcast teacher for letting me do that, as it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, especially for someone like me. And obviously Switchfoot for getting the opportunity to interview them, as I still listen to you guys' music. If you guys are looking for some new music, go ahead and check them out. They are really good. But yeah, I hope you guys like this little storytelling. If you guys do enjoy something like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so that you guys can see future uploads. But yeah, that is it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Early happy St. Patrick's Day, as it is coming up, as we're gonna have a lot of good uploads coming up in the next few months, so make sure you guys go check that out. If you watched all the way to the end, make sure you leave a like and comment what your favorite band is. I would actually like to know and see what kind of different genre tastes everybody has that's watching my videos. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Ben McDonnell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.